fair. But we don't want nobody to come scatter ground for gear. Vote not fight, that's what we want in this year. In this election time, we want a peaceful atmosphere. Because when 12 and fight to the grass, they suffer.
For me personally, although in my area, I can speak of my area. I know it was peaceful. The whole thing was peaceful at Tonekwan area. It was peaceful and everything went well.
To what people have been saying, like it was rigged. Like people are stealing ballot boxes, but I don't feel like it was free and fair, because Buhari, he has more states in, his people, so the vote is going to be much, the quantity, so it's going to be high. So I don't think it's free and fair.
I wouldn't say it was free and fair per se, because while the elections was going on, we heard so many news of riots, of people snatching ballot boxes and all. So definitely the results of the presidential election that was just carried out wasn't free and fair.
No, I don't think Nigeria has ever held a free and fair election ever. I feel like I have so much to say about Nigeria as a whole and the shittiness and everything else. I mean, like that there are numerous videos surfacing of a lot of votes being, rigged on from both parties. But then we still accepted the result as final. Why? It makes no sense to me, obviously. So no, it was not free or fair. Thank you.
In our own area, particularly in our area, it was free and fair. In my particular unit where I voted, I was stayed there, it was counted. And there's no, what happened there at the polling booth, it was free and fair. But there are so many areas it didn't happen that way, which we heard from news. People have been complaining, they are killing people in some areas, they snatch boxes and all that. In fact, it didn't happen in my own area. That's what I can say.
It's pretty unfair for my area, which is Surulere Constituency 1, which is Sita here. Everything is going smooth. There's no problem. No fighting, no poly booth problem. Everything is okay. It's very free and fair.
To my own opinion, it's not too free and fair, because with the situation of things and the ballot box and everything and the kiosk during the election was not good. So I was not saying it's a free and fair election.
Well, actually it was free and fair in my own area. There was no any violence in my area. So actually I was not around. I had to travel down just because of the presidential election, which I know is my right, to vote actually. So, but in my area, Maboye in Surulere, it was very free and fair. Nothing happened. Everything went on smoothly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was because I voted for Buhari and he won. Yes, I know people don't want to hear that, but well, that would have been the best option. That would have been the best option.
Well, it's not fair because I came out to actually vote, but unfortunately they only brought the result sheet for the presidential. They didn't bring that of the senatorial and then the House of Rep. So because of that, because as a result of the people in my area, they are well enlightened. They said, no, we are not going to vote. If we cannot see the result sheet for the senatorial and that of the House of Rep, there's no one who will vote. The result sheet, because naturally they are supposed to bring 3 result sheets, for the presidential, the senatorial, and then the House of Rep. They actually brought the ballot paper. What happens if you vote for the presidential and then somebody goes out there to fill in the result sheet for us? This made us to place a call to INEC. They brought an independent observer who came, inspected the material, and found out that some result sheets were missing. The man said, hey, you guys should not go ahead to vote because some sheets are missing from the materials they brought. So at the end of the day, we didn't end up voting. So it wasn't fair. I came all the way from Imo State. Yeah, I came in here for an exam, and it happened with... Yes, in Imo State, yes, precisely. We didn't vote. Even the neighboring communities in my area did not also vote, because I also had some contacts. I also had some calls to my colleagues who are also living around and told me that something happened. So we are totally disenfranchised. There was no vote in my area. I didn't go on. My polling unit is 005 Ibeku ward. So it's not as if I'm just trying to manufacture it. So anybody can go and verify that. 005. Nothing happened there. Nothing. No vote. But I'm sure result must have emanated from that place.
Yeah, actually. It was. I stayed in K2. And it was fun, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I would say it was fair and fair.
Yes, of course, it was. Yeah, it was.
Here in my very polling booth, there was no violence. But as to being free and fair, it only counts when they count. We vote, we don't know what the other person is voting. So I didn't wait for the result to be announced, so I wouldn't know whether it reflected what people voted. We all know that in Nigeria, anything can happen. So, but on the whole, on the surface, there was no problem. The only thing I noted was that one of the agents, APC agents, went to buy drink for one of the INEC, or all of them, not one. So there was problem, in the sense that he was not allowed to pass the drinks, which he's supposed not to do in the first instance.
It was fair and fair in our area, but in other areas, there was violence there. So like in Oshodi, Mushin, Isaleko areas.
I can't really say, but for my polling unit it was APC won, so I feel maybe they actually won. I don't know. Everybody says that okay because Buhari probably rigged better, that's why he won. But honestly, we can't be sure in Nigeria because like everybody's rigging, everybody's corrupt. So.
Because it was clearly rigged, we saw videos of the rigging, and we heard news of people not being allowed to vote. So it wasn't fair and fair.
It's fair and fair. There's no fight, nothing. It's good.
Yeah, it was, but I don't know about other places. But in my area, it was free and fair.
I'm not really surprised because that's the way election has always been since the 1960s. I'm not really surprised because elections sometimes are rigged and elections are not well done. It was only the time of Abiola, June 12th, that elections were done free and fair. That was the only place that election was done free and fair.
It's our future. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, for me, I think the result is cool. Yep, the result is cool. Because on a neutral ground, I cannot think that the other candidates will outrun that Atiku. I don't think it can outrun Buhari, you get, based on just my sampling that I did.
I'm happy. I'm happy because the man has done a lot and he has to complete all he has done. He can't just leave his half done, he has to complete all. So it's fair and fair.
No, I'm not satisfied. Yeah, because there's a lot of things that goes on. People were stealing the ballot box. Some people were fighting and burning different kind of different kind of atrocity. So that is why, because that cannot be something that will make somebody to be happy in a country like Nigeria. We call ourselves the giant of Africa, but we cannot organize ourselves well. So we need to organize ourselves very, very well. And the election keeping about up to 4 days before they announce, there's something very, very wrong inside. No, so that is why I'm not satisfied.
I would have preferred someone else one actually. I would, yes.
Well, the issue of satisfaction, it depends on the situation. Whether I'm satisfied or not will not change the result. But the truth of the matter is that we voted according to our conscience, and the results have been declared. Somebody was announced to be elected, and that's the next 4 years we continue. So there's nothing you can say about it.
When I'm not surprised, because it's will of God. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anybody that win the election is the will of God. Do you understand? Everybody is a woman being, but everything is the hand of God. So that is why I see for the election. If you say there's no will of God, maybe the Baba cannot win the election, or if he be Atiku. But everything, God is already written it down and do everything like perfectly. That is it.
I was a bit satisfied, but not too satisfied because of
the things I saw in so many places and the complaints. And before INEC announced the election, some people have already announced the winner, and I announced what's it called, the winner already. But I'm not too surprised that this Nigeria we are. So situations happened, but we pray the people in there should make it right.
I was satisfied with the results, though. Besides, I think when the thing was somehow close, but at the end of the day, with the final results, as the president was re-elected, announced the winner, I was satisfied with the outcome of the election.
No, actually, it's democracy. It can go either any way. So she understand. The best candidate definitely will win the day. So that's just the truth. So I won't say I prefer this particular candidate to this other person. To me, both candidates, both parties are almost the same to me. So definitely God chose the best for us. That's what I'm saying. That's just the truth.
You see, how will I be satisfied when I did not vote? And I'm sure some other persons did not also vote. And also watch my TV and also find out that some people, you know, in some parts of Nigeria did not also vote. Like in this Lagos, I also perfectly understand that people like, you know, residents in Okota and all those areas, some voted and then they were chased away by some persons who felt they shouldn't vote or who felt they shouldn't come out to vote. So it's not fair to me. When you say election is free and fair is when A comes out to vote and goes back to his house, B comes out to vote, and then there is at least, to a large extent, you know, reasonable compliance. Do you understand? But from every indication, from what I watched on the TV, and from what actually happened in my own polling unit, the result wasn't fair at all. Yeah.
And I prefer that it went another way, not even between two of them, really. But beyond, if I only had two options, as it seemed like we had, then I think I'm satisfied with whatever who came in, really. Not because it was the best, but I feel like he had not so much to work with. And I feel like we should see what he can do with this second term. I mean, so.
Okay, I was satisfied. I was satisfied because the election was transparent enough for me. Everything they were doing was so transparent.
I was okay because I believe one thing in life. One thing I believe is this: whoever wins, I pray that you have my way. So that's my own belief. So it was okay.
Well, I don't have any preferred candidates. I would have preferred that there's a change of government in the sense that all they have been busy telling us is just on paper. We the citizens, the reality is that it's not as they make it to people to believe. So, but all said and done, if the election was free and fair, it would have been okay, but there was a massive rigging. What we see on social media, Facebook, reports from our friends back home and all those things. So there was a lot of rubbish going on. Even in Lagos, you are aware of some areas, touts from APC, they don't allow some people to vote once they know you are voting for PDP. A colleague of mine, they even went as far as going line by line to ask you are voting for and forcefully remove people from line. So that was not an election, in my own opinion.
No, I don't think anybody was surprised because everybody expected Buhari. Okay, most people expected. I wasn't surprised. So. Well, it wasn't what I wanted, Sha. I wanted the other party.
It's okay, the result is okay, it's fine. Now it's Buhari now, no problem.
I wasn't satisfied at all. Honestly, I wasn't satisfied. Like, I was angry, honestly, because I was expecting Atiku to win the election, but unfortunately it wasn't him, so no choice at all. I just need to support the person in tenure now.
Innocent people go there run, pick over. North and south go there turn on.
Sanwo-Olu now, Sanwo-Eko. Sanwo-Eko.
Well, I have my candidate though, but I'm not doing this majority thing, so I'm not that type of person. So, but we all know who will win. But anyways, I have my own candidate. That's Badamosi under ADP. So, well, I'll still vote for him, but whoever wins would win.
Well, you mean the governorship candidate? Well, that question is kind of simple, complicated one. You get? Well, I'm going to vote, obviously. I'm going to vote. And who am I voting for? I may not want to disclose that. You get? I may not want to disclose that.
Next level, now we there. I know sabi English well. Someone I ain't going to enter. I'm the one talking. I'm Stanley Obi. I be from Imo State, Oru local government. I will vote for Sanwo-Olu again, as I voted for Buhari. So Buhari never do bad thing. I'm the one talking. Stanley is talking. Under the government of APC, I get work. I'm now working in Yon Shagro. I get work every day, morning and night. I have work. So since PDP is ruling, I've never get any work. But under APC, I get work.
Well, I can't really say because they are all men of the same feathers, so bird of the same feathers. So I can't really say until that same time comes. I know that it's already the time already, but until we see the result also, and we know the winner.
Well, I'm just going to talk like a typical Nigerian. Like, I think Sanwo-Olu win in Lagos for obvious reasons. Very obvious reasons. I know you know what I'm talking about. I can see it on your face. You know, right? You know. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Well, it is, we have been advised to vote according to our conscience. But politics is much about interest. For this governorship election, I believe my interest is better protected in APC for this governorship election. Personal interest. So, by extension, I will vote for Sanwo-Olu in this coming election on Saturday.
You know one thing, I cannot say Sanwo-Olu or Agbaje, but the only thing I told you, the only thing I know, let the will of God to be done. That is it.
To me, I can't say it's Sanwo-Olu that win or Agbaje, but I know Sanwo-Olu is going to win. So we don't let us beat about the bush. We know who's going to win, but we're going to still trying, keep trying to see what's going to happen.
To me, to my own personal opinion, I will want Sanwo-Olu to be the next governor of Lagos State, being an APC member, and apart from that, being an APC candidate. That is, as we know what is going on in Lagos, we are satisfied with the development we have in Lagos. So, I'll be okay with Sanwo-Olu.
Sanwo-Olu or Jimmy Agbaje? Well, I think the people will decide. I don't have to decide. I have my own mind. I know who I'm voting for, but I don't have to say it out. So, actually, the Lagos citizens will decide who is going to win the day. You're welcome.
Agbaje. Yeah. Yes, by God's grace.
Well, I want Badamasi to win, but might not be him, so I'll probably go with Sanwo-Olu anyway still. So yeah, APC, I guess. I'm not an APC guy. I'm just a realist.
Likely it's going to be Sanwo-Olu. Why? Because we know what is going on in Lagos. The godfatherism aspect of it. But going by the last election we did governorship in Lagos, and going by the sentiments expressed now, if everything goes fair, Jimmy Agbaje is supposed to win.
I think someone is stronger. Someone is stronger. All right, thank you.
Actually, with my experience, I know, and I'm very sure, like, I have high expectation, like 90% expectation that Sanwo-Olu will win. Because anyone donated by our father Tinubu has always been the winner.
Sanwo-Olu. He's the one going hard on campaign. I think, I don't know, but he's the one.
You can't really say, because we have three senatorial zones, and each zone is having their own candidate. Like Owerri zone is having a candidate, in the person of Emeki Hedioha. the Olusegun is also having a Senate, he's having a candidate in the person of Hope Uzodinma, that's from APC. Then Dokigwezo is also having a candidate too, in the person of Senator Ifeanyi Ararume. So these guys are all good, they are all good. For now, it's a 50-50 thing, everybody can win it. And then let me not forget the governor's son-in-law, Uche Nwosu, is also there, so you never can tell. Even though I know the people are now challenging his position, that the INEC should not recognize him. Because since he has been nominated twice by both INEC, by both APC and then AA, so by electoral act he should not have 2 nominations. So for now we have 4 strong contenders. Anything can happen. Everybody can emerge. Yeah, thank you very much.
It is our future. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel GoldmyneTV and be unleashed into a world of super excitement.